I'm just gonna do a teeny bit here because I have to go out and sit some pets in a moment. But I wanted to get the All Saints Week, which is to say Halloween event, started. The world is currently full. The world is always full. So Camille looks a little funny here because he's done up to be a samurai right now. He's a samurai, which looks funny because he's usually a paladin. But I'm trying to get some of the other classes level up. I'd like to do the All Saints Week as thaumaturge because they're very Halloweeny, but I'm not high enough leveled yet. You have to be level 15, I think, to run the Saints Week quests. Here we are. I was out here doing errands for Moogles because for some reason they have a ton of quests. I think it's because they were used as a stopgap measure at some point during development. It was like, we don't have anything else for people to do. Let's, Moogles, lots of Moogle quests. So I'm using them as a way to soak up experience for Samurai. Shall we admire my guy's hat? That is some hat, isn't it? It's the only hat I've gotten yet that I'm kind of tempted to just keep on. Because look at that hat. That's a thing. And you know, samurai with a hat like that. But anyway, let's get on. Well, no, wait, first I want to buy a new sword. My samurai sword is way behind what he should have. So we're gonna go to Foundation and get him a sword. Here we are. In Ishgard. Let's go shopping! Ishgard shopping. Jeweled Crozier. I want to buy a sword real quick. The thing is, it just doesn't, like, when you're wearing a hat, you just don't see your character. And it's really important to me to see my character. Because, let's see, what an armor? You're an arms mender, you're a weaponsmith. Here we go. Hello, sir. I would like to buy a sword. Because my sword is actually 4 levels lower than it should be. I need to get him a katana. I just haven't shopped in a while. Critical hit. Actually, my current is better than that, I think. Because it's high quality, I guess. Or it's at least comparable. That's good then. I can hop on over to Gridania right away and just get things started on All Saints. Kitties! Oh, my kitties are so good. Yay, it's All Saints time. All Saints almost always takes place up at the... I think it's All Saints. Let's see if it started. I hope it has. I think they said the 17th. No! I hit the wrong button. I have not been over to the Botanist's Guild in forever. There's no particular reason to be over there when you're not leveling Botanist. Which I do need to level Botanist, but... Let's see. Oh, I hear the music. Good. Yay! Why is this? Oh, that's not the right. Recommended gear. That's not my... That's an interesting combination of my plate of gear that I had for my Arcanist and my thaumaturge. Let's link this plate. actually, I have to... some stuff that's... Now he's got little glasses. We're having glamour plate disasters currently. There we go. Now he's got the right stuff on to look Halloweeny. And it's all up to date. And is... Oop, no I don't. Hansel, I don't want to reassign his set number. I want to reassign his gear. There we go. He's only level 7. Oh, he's a baby. At Thumters. I'm kind of nacho hot topic here. Hot pocket here. They always have food names in my area are just a thing. This is where they always decorate. Yeah, look at those holiday. Oh, they got green pumpkins this year. Nice. They always do. This area has the things. This is where I would start my quest. But first, I'm gonna go down in here and talk to people about the holiday. And they decorate. It's not called Halloween in the game because they want to. They just kind of want to bypass all associations that. No kidding. I've already. That's really old dialogue from like the beginning of the game where it's like, yes, you've done things. And you're like, no, I've done a lot more than that. These ghost costumes are from a few years ago. I really like my glamour though. It makes me look like a witch. It's actually a brush on my back, a giant brush, but. These are an evil circus who comes to town every year. It says, what can we do for you this fine All Saints Wake? Are you for chills, thrills, cookies? We do have cookies. They always have cookies. And this is where I probably will do mini games. A fearsome All Saints Wake to you. We're preparing a delightfully unsettling attraction that I'll be pleased to introduce you to very soon, but I'm afraid all is not in readiness yet. Why don't you join the revelers at our masquerade in the meantime? Meaning, I haven't picked up the quest to start this part yet. Hello there, darling. I hope you're having a properly frightful time. If you're not, well, let me know. I'm sure that I can fix that right up. I should probably where I shop. When we're done. Oh no, the vendor's over there. This is the Continental Circus. Hello there, Pumpkin. Enjoying the festivities? I hope if there's anything you'd like to know, just ask away. Continental Circus. As their name suggests, we're a troupe of entertainers who travel the length and breadth of the land. Our mission, turning frowns upside down. This time of the year typically finds us in Eorzea to help the people celebrate All Saints Wake. We've prepared all manner of exciting events that will delight even as they affright you. Why not cast aside the daily grind of adventuring a while and join in the festivities? All Saints Wake. Legend has it that once a year, the 12 honor the saints by hosting a lavish feast in the heavens. While the saints are away, however, the realm is bereft of their divine protection, and creatures of darkness come out in droves. So the 12 are the main gods of at least the Eorzean Alliance, the Eldarin continent. Fearing for their lives, the people took to shutting themselves inside their homes. Those who had no choice but to venture outside disguised themselves as fiends in hopes that they would go unnoticed by the real ones. Frightening business, isn't it? That's all in the past now. For these days, we have valorous adventurers like you to keep our city safe when the saints are away. Having no more reason to be afraid, the people went and turned All Saints Wake into a fun celebration, a truly detestable or a delightful state of affairs. It's pretty clear from I've done Halloween once before now, but that the Continental Circus is up to no good every year. They're always trying to make the circus All Saints Wake truly horrifying again, as opposed to just fun. My apologies, but I'm not quite open for business just yet. Do come back soon, though. You have to get through the game, usually the quest to take part in things there. I like it. Don't you like my... Look at that brush. I know, it doesn't look like a broom with this up. I love it. Everybody's getting the achievement for finishing things here. You can see it popping up. People generally dress a little bit Halloween-y. They get some Halloween stuff during the event. And during October in general. Alright, investigator. They're always investigating the circus. Aha! I spy with my keenest of eyes he who thwarted the evils of yesteryear, and it remembers if you participated in Halloween events beforehand. Yes, I did. I rescued somebody from being turned into a pumpkin, and it was complicated. What a pleasant surprise it is to see you again. Would that I could say the same for that lot. The Continental Circus, you see, has arrived once again, as it does every year when it comes time for All Saints Wake, bringing ghosts and pumpkins and all manner of revelry to Eorzea. I suspect, however, that the troop is planning something rather more sinister than the distribution of sweet treats. Well, they're planning both. They're fell fiends in disguise, you understand. It's just what they do. I have been unable to discern the nature of their vile plot as yet, but I am certain that something is afoot. Thus do I ask that you assist in my investigation. I'm very... no one would recognize me at all, of course. I need you to speak with the impresario, learn what manner of entertainment the troupe is offering this year, and perhaps trick him into revealing something of what they're really planning. I will continue to observe the other members for any sign of suspicious behavior. They're very sneaky. No one will catch up to us. After a year spent as the Guild's official investigator, nothing gets past my discerning eyes. Nothing. Yeah, stuff will get past you, man. We're about as bright as boxes of rocks around here. Just in the entire country. Dun 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 dun. Oh, I did miss you. I'm sorry, sir, but we can fit not a single additional mortar or guest in the mansion at the moment. Must be playing games this year. We played games last year too. Movie time! Aren't I fancy? Look at my high heels too. They look like cobwebs. Hee-hoo! It's great. A horrifying All Saints wake to you, traveler. But yours is a face that I have seen before. My, it is always such a pleasure to see a soul that so appreciates All Saints Wake. Again, they recognize me. They're like, oh, you screwed things over for us last year. Oh, All Saints Wake, those unhallowed nights when we may feast and frolic, free from prying saintly eyes. Mortals once feared it is true, hiding from the creatures that stalk the shadows. But now it is perfectly safe. All the better to cast your cares aside and enjoy the devilish surprises our troop has prepared for the occasion. Why, they're positively dreadful, if I do say so myself. It's a kitten. Oh, impresario, it's dreadful, dreadful, I say. I raised that arm myself, cared for it ever since it was a beady eye, newly torn from the void by an unscrupulous peddler of exotic pets. And now it's deserted me. I feel so betrayed. An ahriman is basically an eye with bat wings. It's a kind of demon. Do you mean to say that the circus ahriman has gone missing? I suppose you do, as we've only the one. I want his baddie cloak. I think you can buy it from the shop, but I'm not cash shopping. I don't have enough for it. I'm not cash shopping. This is trembling indeed. My dear fellow, might I ask that you aid us in searching for the missing creature? I hate to think of what might become of it were it to be spotted by one who, mistook it for an agent of evil. Cool. I'm your scantily dressed man. My earring is not matching. I forgot it. It's not glamored right. How dreadfully kind of you. Now, were I an ahriman, though I most certainly am not, I believe that I might find the crowds of the city intimidating, in which case we had best turn our gaze upon the surrounding wilds instead. Perhaps the central shroud to begin with. It can't have gotten far. No, really, it can't. People would kind of go like giant eyeball. Cool, let's go find an eyeball! Near the Jadeite flood. That's out in the woods. Let's see. So we're going out to Bent Branch Meadows, which is where people raise chocobos. Whee! Rabid cat cake. That's a name. I'm not a rabid cat cake. Alright. Oh, I get to ride my cat. Whee! Riding my fat cat. Whee! Which is not very demonic, but, you know. It's my fat cat. I could ride the ahriman I already have, but I don't want to. Whee! Oh, yes, right. I'm super aggro out here. Because I'm level 7. It's always fun to be like, oh, right, I'm a low-level character. Screwing around out here in the middle of nowhere. Which probably means I should switch up to something. Okay, where are you, ahriman? Ahriman! Where you at? Don't you love my feather cat? He's a cash shop. Yeah, my friend got him for me. Ooh, there it is. It's a little differently colored. It's more Halloween colored than the normal ahriman, and it has a hat. Oh, I know you. I know you well. This apparition, the one with the white head, appears every year, and I'm sure there's a reason. Maybe in the early events they told you, but I don't know. Are you acquainted with this little one? Nope. tells me that it's been working with the circus, but it struggles to satisfy the impresario's demands. Oh, it is oppressed. Oh, sweetheart, you're not a disappointment, and your eye is charming. Yes, it is. Perhaps you're somewhat different, but that's nothing to feel ashamed of. Isn't that right, hero? Nope, I'm different as heck. Impresario, over here. Ah, you found it, but why did the two of you not return right away? We're having a chat. Oh, mysteriously disappeared as always. Like I said, we were having a chat, man. Mysterious figure who comes and goes at will? Why, that sounds to me like the Ogre Pumpkinhead, she who ushers in the Night of Devilry. I jest, of course. The Ogre Pumpkinhead would hardly break her silence after all of these years to speak with you. What I meant, of course, is that the Great Gourd is merely a fable. If she were real, I'm sure she would be delighted. No, honored to know you, as are we all. Yeah, I kill gods regularly. Don't belittle me. My, you possess a spectacularly spine-chilling glare. It's enough to tear as a void scent. I mean, it would be, I assume. He must be a void scent. In fact, it is so very horrific that, were one seeking to train in the art of the dread gaze, there could be no better instructor, not even among fiends. I'm going to teach the ahriman to stare. And as it happens, we are in need of just such a tutor. We at the Continental Circus have standards to maintain, you see. To play a part in our troupe, one must be able to project a certain air of eeriness, all in the name of delighting the public, of course. Alas, our friend here's gaze is somewhat less than dreadful, which simply will not do, particularly for an ahriman. I'm sure you understand. Under your tutelage, however, it may yet become a valued member of the circus. I'm going to teach it how to be pissed off. Okay. Marvelous, that is decided. Our ahriman shall be your pupil. Yay! Oh, it's happy. I'm glad. I suppose you will need to learn to ride it if you're to train it properly, though. Come, I'll show you. That's my life, as a warrior of light. It's a weird life. And once you mold it into a monster that inspires the deepest dread, a force for evil that renders even the most stalwart of mortals voiceless and trembling, our true work will begin. We shall usher in the night of devilry at long last. Recall the Great Gourd from her slumber, and feast as the world cowers before us. I'm not sure. The Great Gourd just seems to like chatting with me each year. She doesn't seem too invested in evil. Alrighty. Have to go back to town. Oh, no, they're just a little to the south of us. Cat time. Alright, teach me to ride. Somebody's already got theirs. I like how you sit next to its head. It's cute. Oh, you must get it from this quest. Cool. Everybody's running away with theirs. That's cool. The ahriman is well trained, or at least I thought so until it ran off on me. In any case, it ought to bear you as a passenger without objection. I ask that you help it practice gazing upon unsuspecting fools until it gets the hang of doing so. Dreadfully. When it has learned to perform to your satisfaction, please accompany it back here to me. I should hate to be abandoned by my own ahriman. Again. I understand that it is a bit round, so if you fall off, return to me and I will help you reseat yourself. Now, up you go. Yay, I'm on an ahriman. I can gaze at stuff. There, I sort of dread gazed. Alright. Let's find some bystanders. Let's see what I look like on top of this. Oh yes, this is perfect. I love this. This is good. Look at that, that's amazing. Oh, I look so not straight. Yes, yes, perfect, wonderful. This is the best. I'm so excited to get this. Ah! Oh, right, kind of forgot I may be on a mount that technically is flying, but it can still fall into the river. Ah, don't mess with me, I'm just doing questy stuff, you doodle. There we go. Hello, ambitious adventurer. There must be fiends around here somewhere. How am I meant to get anyone to call me Fiend Slayer if I can't find any fiends? I don't know. My title currently is the True. I'm gonna scare you. Watch this. I'm gonna scare you. You're gonna be scared. Where are you, man? I lost you. I want to see what my scaring things looks like. So we're gonna pull back. Alright, let's scare you. Woo! But back, fiend, or you shall taste my blade. Oh, that was rather festive, actually. And that hat, it's fantastic. Dear me, I had nearly forgotten that the All Saints Wake season was upon us. Fiend slaying can wait. I must don my guise post haste. That was a success, I'd say. We did well. I'm making everybody feel festive. And we're not making people feel terrified, but festive is good. I like festive. Flap, 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 whee! Flap, 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 flappity, flappity, flap, 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 flap. Who's over here that we need? Oh, I fell into the river again. I'm used to being in zones where you can fly, so when you jump, you fly instead of just like jumping. So now I'm like, especially when I'm on a flying mount. Oh, it'll fly into zones where I can fly. Oh, I can't do it. I can't. Ahriman, you bad jumping. Oh, ew. This isn't usually this hard. Ahriman, is your jump box just weird there? No, get up there, man. We can't spend all day down on the river. Yeah. 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 Hey, that's just not somewhere I'm supposed to be able to jump up to. Oh, okay, fine. We'll go over here. Ah! Ahriman! We're not such a great team. We fall into rivers and then we can't get out. Ah, ah, ah. It doesn't have a weird hitbox, kinda, for its jumps. Please let me in. Let me just jump. Oh, oh, come on. Really? Okay, there we go. Shoo. Things that shouldn't be difficult. Hello, sentries. Don't mind me. I'm just flapping past. Flappity, flappity, flap. There must be somebody to stare at there. We're all gonna stare at him. All at once, too. Ugh, no one ever told me that adventuring was so tedious. And my feet hurt, and I'm hungry. I do not notice you're surrounded by evil, glary things, too. Oh my, what an adorable giant eyeball you are, and dressed for All Saints Wake, too. I wish I were celebrating instead of training out here. Slay 3 squirrels, they said. It'll be a challenge, they said. You know what? I'm done here. I'm going back to town to stuff myself with pumpkin cookies. Good call, woman. Sometimes you just gotta not grind. Flappity flap, flappity flappity flap. I like this event because it's just filling the woods with these things. We're all just out here going like, cool. Flap, flap, flap. Whee. I need to see how other people sit on. Every group usually sits, every species and gender combination sits on mounts differently, so. It looks like everybody kind of has similar postures this time. Another adventure? Well, you best find a different place to hunt. And the dynamite webs are mine, got it? I farm dynamite webs around here, so. Nah, buddy, they're mine. I'm level 60. You're level what? Well, that was very weird of you, but you won't scare me away from my hunting spot that easily. Oh, you're with the Continental Circus? What a coincidence. I love All Saints Wake. I'm out here hunting for dynamite webs to decorate my cottage for the occasion, in fact. But if the festivities have already begun, I must hurry back to Gradania. I would hate to miss a single ghost, or void scent, or spider. Now it sounds like my sister. She's like, oh, decorations? Anything that's not core gameplay? Oh, yes. Please sign me up. She wouldn't know the main plot of the game if it bit her in the backside. Fun though, she never has any idea what's going on and why she's doing anything. Which honestly seems about right for the warrior light. He's kind of, you point him at things and he kills them, and then he's like, cool, can I have some experience now? I don't want to fall in the river again. Yeah, no river. Oh, I'm gonna fall in. Ah. That's a newbie memory. I used to do a lot of falling in the river. And it was just as irritating. Flappity 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 flap. Ah, don't fall over the root. There we are, we're back. Hello. Oh. No, my guy went away. I want him back. I know I get him back, but I want him back now. You must have been terrifying. I saw 3 people running at such speed that they could only have been desperate to reach the safety of their homes. Extraordinary. I'm ever so slightly offended that the ahriman seems to have responded better to your training than mine. I taught it how to be goofy. But what matters is that it has proven itself useful. We can only hope that it is enough that this is enough to satisfy the impresario. I don't think either of us could stand another lecture on the fundamentals of fear. In any case, he ought to be informed of your progress immediately. He doesn't like to be kept waiting. Cool, I'll go tell him that I made his ahriman fun. And he will go, that was not the point. We'll meet you at the amphitheater. Void scent must be escorted by someone with the proper permissions to enter the city. And anyway, I'm not keen on letting it out of my sight again. I'm taking your void scent. That void scent's gonna be mine. My void scent. Not your void scent. I have made it fun. And wholesome. I've ruined it for your nefarious purposes. So it is now my void scent. Waha. My void scent. To the amphitheater. Yay! Rochambeau, that's kind of a funny name. Hey, hey, hey! I ruined your ahriman. Yay! See, isn't it adorable now? Ah, you've returned, and how did the ahriman fare in its lessons? Splendidly, it sent not merely 1, but 3 souls hastening home to quiver under the blankets. It has clearly learned to wield its dread gaze. That's not... Just as I anticipated. The instant you fixed me with your stare, I knew that true evil lay within. No, sorry, man. I'm a cinnamon roll. I'm delighted that you were able to share a bit of that with our ahriman. And you, young ahriman, congratulations. You have proven yourself to be a worthy member of the troop. Go forth and terrorize the masses. Yay. You traitors little... You want to go with him? Yes. I'm not certain we can afford to part with such a valuable asset. On the other hand, so long as it continues to terrify, it needn't necessarily remain here to be of assistance. In fact, traveling would bring it into contact with even more victims. Very well. I am moved by your heartfelt plea, ahriman. I will permit you a leave of absence, so long as you continue to emulate your horrifying companion. Guide it well, adventurer. I look forward to seeing what horrors you visit upon the realm. I don't think we're gonna visit horrors. My foolish children, ever eager to reclaim what was never truly lost. So I guess she's like the spirit of Halloween, kind of. All Satan's Wake. And she seems pretty cool with it as it is. Its devilry takes a different form, but the night goes on, haunted by monster and mortal both. And though you may think me absent, my eye is ever upon you. So do have fun. You, my happy little ahriman. Watching it bounce up and down. There we go. I now have my ahriman. I leave our ahriman in your sinister hands. Wait. Oh, I guess I'm not finished with the quest yet. I have to go tell that guy and go like, hey, hey. I think I have to be higher level to do this. Unfortunately, I don't have a nice... I don't think my Halloween gear set will really go with this. Yeah, I can't wield the brush like that. Wait, if I was a conjurer, could I? No, it's Thaumaturge Black Mage. Still, we'll apply it. Most of it will take. My shield and my... I'll have a sword that's still swordy. I'm half Halloween right now as a paladin. You've returned at last. Did you uncover any unhallowed plots? Not really. They're doofuses, as usual. They attempted to train an ahriman to terrorize the populace, but it's your friend now? Well. As long as it poses no risk to others, I don't see the harm in it accompany you, though I will make a note of this in the guild records, just in case. I appreciate your willingness to get hands-on with this investigation. Speaking of which, for my part, I observed the troop moving large quantities of supplies and issuing invitations to some manner of gathering. Based on past experience, I cannot help but have a bad feeling about this. This is how you get extra stuff. Yay, I've got my mount. And now I'll have other stuff I can do to get some extra swag and play games for this season. You're willing to help me investigate further? That's a relief. One simply cannot be too careful when it comes to the Continental Circus. I know not whether you yourself have yet received an invitation, but the troupe is once again hosting a masquerade event in a vacant manor nearby. Now, we've received no complaints this year from those who have successfully attended this event. However, others have reported that they were escorted to what they assumed was the venue for the masquerade, only to find themselves pursued by fiends through the echoing corridors of a haunted mansion. I grant that some people enjoy that sort of thing, bizarre though it may be. However, the guild would be remiss were we not to ensure that none have become lost or trapped in such a clearly unsafe location. We can hardly ask the troop for its cooperation in this matter, as I doubt that their intentions in terrifying unsuspecting revelers are pure. Of course, the only other option is to infiltrate the manor, and this is the course that I would ask you to pursue. I believe that your first step should be to speak with the illusionist over there. Over the course of my observing the troop's movements, I have seen her conversing with at least 2 people that would later report having been to the haunted manor. So this is... we'll play mini-games. To be quite honest, if you would ask nicely, the illusionist might be willing to take you to the haunted manor straight away. They're not the brightest, these fiends. They really aren't, no. Okay, so I can't take my ahriman out here, so... What's his second? He has another quest for me, too? Ah, my bone-chilling friend, you were so dreadfully helpful with our ahriman. I feel that I simply must repay you in kind. Thus do I extend to you an invitation to our grand event, a sumptuous masquerade where you may revel to your heart's content. We've prepared a thrilling manor for our guests to explore, and all are encouraged to attend in the guise of their choice. To you, however, I would offer something rather more extraordinary. Within the manor, you will find an associate of the troupe who is frightfully well-versed in the art of glamours. You will undoubtedly note his terribly convincing guise. I shan't say a word more lest I spoil the delights that await. If you would sate your curiosity, you must speak with him. Go on now, don't delay. The genial geyser will show you to the masquerade. So there's a lot of extra stuff I can do. Probably play mini-games, which was what we did before. Do speak to our associate at the masquerade. You'll feel like a whole new man, or perhaps woman. We'll do that in a moment. Right now I want to go up to... what's a good Halloween area? This isn't Halloween, but it's a great place to see mounts, so we'll show you that real quick. I can be a thaumaturge again. So I look right. Let's pull up my mount guide. There we go. Raised in hopes that its dread gaze would reap a bountiful harvest of terror, this ahriman proved a disappointment, and has since found a new calling as an adventurous trusty mount. You have the eye of an ahriman, Ada. I don't remember that. And sort of dread gaze. Fix your enemies with a gaze that won't quite strike fear into their hearts, but will certainly make them feel uncomfortable. There we go. Fancy. And as you can see out here in a flying zone, he'll actually fly. Whee! Whee! He looks a little out of place in this venue, but you know, That's just what happens when you're a void set. You don't always look like you belong. Anyway, there you go. That's the Halloween thingy. We look about as straight as a cyclone. The straightest. Super happy with that. Just took some screenshots there. Alright, in group pose for the moment. Can you do what kinda Yep. Sometimes you can do most emotes like that. Alright, so that's that. I'm gonna stop at the moment. I'm gonna do the rest of the Halloween stuff later. I'm pretty happy with that part so far. Später!